We're coming in hot, y'all. Coming in hot. Welcome to the Jessup Show podcast. Actually, I don't even know if I'm going, the audio's even working. The last time I went live like this, it was a logistical nightmare. Everything didn't work. I am praying to God it works. I'm looking for verification on the screen here. I'm praying to God it works. I'm looking for verification on the screen here. Looks like we're doing good here. All right. So welcome, everybody, the Jessup Show podcast. Sans Steve Jessup. And for that, I sincerely apologize. Our production meeting was on Tuesday of this week. And Steve let me know that he was going to be on a boat and that he is ready for me to send him the Colonel's recap for 2024, part 2. And yeah, I'm not a video editor yet. I know I've been talking about it for quite some time, but I am just getting into the throes of that. Steve did not quite understand that. I honestly think he has no concept of time. 6 months, 2 weeks, 10 minutes. I think that all means the same thing to him. So in any case, we had no show for us to post, which we were hoping to be the Colonel's recap part 2. And unfortunately, you're now stuck with me. So yeah, you have no Steve. I'm sorry. You have no Colonel recap part 2. I'm sorry. And actually, we're not going to have any regulars today either. I'm sorry. Yeah, with the setup that I have here, I can only spit out like one source or something, which precludes me of getting it to any other video source possible. I don't have my ATEM, which you've heard me mention before. Steve has straight up stolen that from me and has not given it back. So I am literally on a webcam that I ripped off a computer that was running Windows Vista. And fortunately, though, my microphone was charged. So I think we're good. We're good there. So anyway, we're going to keep it tight. Not going to keep you folks very long. I do have a few segments to get to. We're going to be going through what I like to call my mass media share. I am a bit of a fan of music, and though I'm not much of a reader, I will find myself getting a publication here and there. So we're going to take a look at a couple of things that I have actually received this week. I'll give you my review on both of those items. And yeah, perhaps you can also give me some feedback on what you think in the live chat. Then we're going to move on to producer Mike's tips. I have a tip for you that you can utilize next week. I'm going to go through that and some of the ins and outs and the best practices, if you will. And I think that might be incredibly helpful, specifically next Monday. And then finally, we're going to end the show with some Q&A. The chat appears to be lively so far. But if you have any questions for me or questions about Steve, about the show, or really anything, I'll try to get to all the questions in the chat. And yeah, maybe I'll give you a little insight on, kind of what's going on there. So anyway, I am I'm very tired. I'm pretty sure I had the flu, and I'm just getting over it. I've been solid uncomfortable for a good week, and that's usually my MO with the flu. I'm not really happy about not getting very good sleep. I'm retired. I literally retired in October, and I know it seems like a lifetime ago, but I actually do not feel like I've even begun to retire. I went on a cruise right away, and I shot that movie, and then the holidays rolled around. Like I said, I'm now getting over the flu. Had a couple of visitors come in from out of town. Now, all that shit's great, but when you're someone who's really a big fan of sleeping, incredibly big fan. It's something that you really miss, and I feel like I'm getting less of it now that I'm retired. But in any case, I suppose it'll come. We're going to be we're more than likely going to be live next week. So if you are looking forward to that Colonel's Part 2, that's probably going to wait another couple weeks. But yeah, I think there's no rest for the weary here, and I am just gonna have to just suck it up or whatever. Speaking of like shit, I got to get together. Vegas. We are looking to put together a Vegas hang for Steve Nation for April 20th, 420. And checking the calendar, that's a mere 3 months away. Now, in corporate America and the cannabis industry, for that matter, that's a quarter. That's literally going to be right up upon us. So the research that we have done so far is that the prices for y'all to come out here and stay at one of the lovely hotels, even the shitty hotels, we're looking at a nugget. If memory serves, now again, this was roughly 2 or 3 weeks ago when I last checked, but Circus, no offense, Circus, been to your property many times, fun every single time. However, they're getting like $300 a night during that weekend. And we were literally trying to find something that would be after fees and all that bullshit, that we're going to keep it like right around $100, $120 per night, right? And I don't know, man. I don't think we're going to be able to stick it in there. So again, feedback into the chat. If you have some thoughts on what we can do on those, well, for that particular scenario when we're looking at prices like that, I don't know. I hate to say it because Steve gets mad at me every time I bring it up, but I'm almost thinking of an alternative to maybe not necessarily be Las Vegas. We pick another location, perhaps a campground. Hint, hint. I think exploring some of those ideas might be in our best interests, and then we can maybe handle costs a little bit better, and then we can go from there. Anyway, I think that's kind of a roundup of what's going on in the show. Let's jump right into producer Mike's Media Minute Marathon. There's a television program that is no longer on the air. It originally was on the IFC network, and it was called the show was called Documentary Now, if I'm not mistaken. It was IFC, and it was a Fred Armisen, Bill Hader, I think Seth Meyers is involved. They put together these fake documentaries that essentially were just complete bullshit, but absolutely flippin' hilarious. And one in particular, which was a two-parter, was called The Blue Jean Committee. And it featured a band that was originally from Chicago that traveled to Southern California in the early 70s to harness the beach Serenity sound, which they eventually found some success. And as a part of the documentary, they actually literally did record an album. They put a vinyl record out of the tunes that they sang on the fake documentary. And shout out to Matt. Matt sent this to me in the mail. As you can see, I didn't even open it up. This is something I think I'm literally going to hang on the wall. You can go on YouTube. YouTube, I believe, has the episodes, so you can go watch them for free. But it's called The Blue Jean Committee, parts 1 and 2. Again, it's kind of one of those behind the music kind of things, sort of. And yeah, very, very, very fun. So anyway, that is what I got on vinyl this week. think I mentioned at the top of the show that I'm not much of a reader, but I will, from time to time, pick up something that piques my interest. And some of our viewers may remember this book from last week because we actually had the author on. I actually now am the owner of Lost in the Woods by Eerily Jones, and fired up. We talked a little bit about her book last week. I'll admit I was drinking and I was pretty high, so I don't remember. Oh, actually, there's a bunch of shit on the back here. So I don't remember a lot of what we talked about, but it says here 99 poems exploring experiences of womanhood, spirituality, love, loss, trauma, the subconscious, personal growth, and empowerment woven together with folklore, fairy tales, and stories of the supernatural. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. It sounds like that's right up my alley, to be honest with you. Supernatural. I'm a big Star Trek fan. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in that show. Sure. All right. We could let's see if we can just pick a quick passage. Let's see here. An excerpt, I think they call this. Let's just pick a random thing here. Late one winter night, I was about to go to bed, my nightcap tucked tight upon my weary head, when a wolf broke down my chamber door, and this is what he said. I want to find out what's inside you, eat you up until you're dead. Let me strip off that pretty night dress, eerily. Take your body, fill your bed. The wolf knew his mistake when my axe severed his head. Eerily Jones is a neurodiverse Victorian poet who lives in what she describes as a fairy tale cottage with her cat. She has written poetry for more than 30 years and wrote the poems in this collection between 2010 and 2024. Check out Amazon.com, folks. Eerily Jones. All right, let's move on to producer Mike tips. So yeah, I mentioned that this might be a tip that you can all use on Monday. Monday, if my calendar is correct here, is going to be Inauguration Day. We had a presidential election. There's going to be what they call a change of powers or administration. And there's a whole day worth of stuff on media. There's probably social media sites and all sorts of things. You have a lot of options on how you would choose to consume this particular day. I believe it is. I believe it does start first thing in the morning. I think there's like some sort of breakfast involved. It moves on to the whole parade thing. There's the ceremony with the Bible, and then the afternoon, I think, is more like just hanging out, chatting with people, all sorts of stuff. Now, if you're a Trump fan and supporter, this is going to probably be a great day of programming for you. Probably not going to be a whole lot of surprises, and there you go. If you're not, and you voted for Kamala Harris, you're probably still in a whole lot of pain, depressed maybe a little bit. You ain't watching that thing. Well, for those of you who aren't going to get any surprises, and for those of you who don't really want to watch it because of maybe the pain that it would kind of just fester up again, may I? But also with that pain, it's again part of our country's awesomeness, right? Where we have this kind of a passing along of the torch, if you will. Granted, you may not like the outcome, but it's something that it's something that some people still want to watch, even though it can be painful. So, the producer Mike tip for the inauguration is regardless if you were a Trump fan or a Harris fan, take mushrooms, 3 grams, right around. I don't know exactly when the whole thing starts, but I'm going to say around 9 Eastern. I imagine is when things kind of get underway. 8 o'clock. Get your day started, cup of coffee, a muffin, nothing heavy, and then 3 grams of mushrooms. That will literally take you through. It doesn't matter what you're watching. It could be the parade part. It could be the breakfast. I remember from the last time Trump came into office, there was some sort of exchange he had with Senator Schumer. And I believe I think it was after the ceremony and all that stuff, and it was probably approaching lunchtime because Senator Schumer was being very polite, and the president was being very polite. And I'm imagining it was they may have just come out of brunch, and so everyone had at least a little bit in their stomach. I don't know, but in any case, light muffin, 3 grams of mushrooms. It will make such a wonderful day. It'll make the inauguration go by like that. I don't know if you've taken mushrooms before, but the day goes by so fast. And I honestly think that would be a good way for you to just to get through it. Again, for the Trump people, I think no surprises. We've done this before. But yeah, in any case. All righty. According to my schedule events, we are now at questions and answers. So I'm now going to go into the chat. Is Steve on this call or on this stream? I really wish that wasn't the case. All right. Let me go to the top. See if we can find a question. What's up, Bird Cat? All right. Everyone's missed Vegas. Thanks, y'all. Jail. Okay. Not a lot of questions. I see a lot of banter going back and forth. Steve with the constructive feedback. Very good. I apologize. The camera thing is right. Actually, I think I can pop this chat out. Let me pop this. There we go. Let's move you down here. All right. Did producer Mike tell y'all I'm in jail? I did not tell you that Steve was in. Steve, you were in jail. Told him you were on a boat. Okay. Slash Squat t-shirts are $37. Yes, Seth. Thank you for bringing that up. www.slashsquatchmovie.com, I believe, is the website, and you can pick up a t-shirt for $37. I believe it's a long sleeve t-shirt in our defense, but your $37 do go to the production costs for the movie. Slash Squatch is currently still in production. However, they are taking a bit of a break. Pardon me, folks. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't hit my chest there with the mic there. as you know, I'm in Slash Squatch, and I was part of the New York production along with Bradford Kelly and Jay Geeky Morales. That was the New York shoot, and there is an Oregon shoot. You're gonna be getting some mountain views and some trees. So $37, please. Head over there and get the t-shirt. And after you do that, actually just before you do that, head over to stevejessup.com. Steve Jessup has t-shirts for way less than $37. Not only that, he has hats, there's sweatshirts, stickers, all sorts of crap. So head over to stevejessup.com, pick yourself up a few t-shirts. I actually got a golf shirt once from the website. I'm gonna have to bring that back if that's not still available. Maybe a producer Mike line that will include golf shirts, maybe a nice pullover, something with a fancy zipper or some shit. I think that might be kind of cool. All right. What else we got here? Question: why are there two in the tent gang? That was from Steve Jessup. I don't know. I thought there were three in the tent gang. Is there an update? Did Peter Gabriel leave the band? All those things are incredibly possible. I'm not overly sure, but we'll have to take a look. I will say we haven't seen Will in a bit. It's been a minute since we've seen Will. Now I know he changes oil, and there's a lot of oil to be changed, but I don't know. Come on. Looking into Wheelchair Rick asking, when's the last time you used a comb? Well, you saw the thumbnail. I did use a comb that morning, but I admit I probably have used the comb since then. But yes, I would say 2018, 2017, 26. I think 2016 was the last time I used a comb. That's when I started shaving the head. Fantastic. $25 plus $7 shipping. Seth believes he was wrong. Yeah. So was CNN. But I think you got off light. In any case, that looks like all the questions. Again, here's Eerily Jones. You should have producer Mike ugly Christmas sweater. You know, that is also a fantastic idea. Since Wheelchair Rick is such a big fan of this head, this shiny head, maybe we should just put that right in front of a Christmas sweater. I actually think this whole thing could be Rudolph's nose. This whole thing I got up here, especially with the right kind of lighting. I don't know how the lighting is coming off on camera here, but I don't know. I think I'm reflecting well. Let's just nip it in the bud. All right, folks. All right. Okay. Buckland. I'm just laying here in my bunk. So Steve is laying down. Like I like to. That actually makes me feel comfortable to know that Steve, when he's watching my podcast, my stream here, that he decides he's going to lay down for it. You know, kick back, relax. It's the vibe. It's the vibe you're looking for. Do I have kids? I do not have any kids that I'm aware of. At this point, if I was made aware that a child, I mean, at this point, the kid would have to be in his 30s at this point. So I don't know what the hell they're waiting for. But if they do show up, I'm retired, man. I'm a pensioner. I don't. There's not a whole lot. There's not a lot of juice to squeeze from over here. So roll the dice. Anybody who wants to try. All right, folks. I really do appreciate you putting up with me for this long. Again, my heart is full to all of you in Steve Nation. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends about this wonderful occasion that's happened. And yeah, let's grow this family even more. 2025 is going to be the year of the Jessup, year of the scissor lift. We're bringing it all back. It's going to be huge. You want to stick around for it, and you want to share it. So again, folks, think about the Vegas hang. Think about picking up Era Lee Jones's book on Amazon.com. Head over to stevejessup.com for a T-shirt. Also support the Slash Squatch movie, Aaron Bratcher's vehicle that will be coming out Halloween 2025. Thanks everyone for showing up. Peace out. Rock on.